Ba-da-bum. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hedge Podcast. I'm your host, co-host, aka Retro Hoops. Look at my boy JD over there rocking the old Retro Hoops merch.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Nice. Currently a one of one because I think you have the only one. I had a different design up there.
I didn't like the
previously.
other one.
And I ordered a couple and just kind of handed them out. But somebody gave me some feedback on the design, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah, that's kind of weird." So I switched it up to just the logo, the Rockets-inspired logo from the late 2000s. So it's pretty pumped. Looks good, man. How's the quality?
Like you,
cheap. Like printed, just printed.
Yeah.
It's just a regular old trucker.
It's a trucker hat. It's fine.
Not bad.
It's comfortable. It's hey. I mean,
so I had you ordered that thing, right? And it hadn't shipped. And it hadn't shipped because I didn't have any of my alerts set up to when somebody actually buys something. And I didn't have
me.
Yeah, I didn't have the connections done correctly between the selling website and then the printing service. And so when you said something, I immediately was like, "Oh snap! Let me jump in."
I gotta say, once you went in and did whatever, it was quick.
Like the next couple of days, huh? Just they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good little service. So yeah, we're gonna do a Hedge Podcast hat.
Yep, everybody's gonna buy one.
Yep, and then
I feel like my bones. You know what? We're gonna get one too. Like we gotta do a tribute to Birdie.
We gotta do some honorary stuff.
Yeah, like Ziggy needs one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got a couple people that I feel are like Hall of Fame level, like.
Yeah, we gotta design some merch around, huh?
Like that's a commenters, subscriber, whatever, haters. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna
Birdie,
have to do like a Temple Bird.
Yeah, Birdie and Ziggy have to go.
Ziggy's another one. Yeah. Yeah, he'll love that. Yeah, Birdie will love that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that for sure. That's gonna be good. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Not a lot going on recently. I've been doing some selling on Arena, so we'll get to some sales. You've been doing some trading on Arena.
Are you only selling on Arena?
No, selling and trading, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of trading recently. I've just been a lot of selling. So when the NBA season started, I had some Zion stuff up there. I had some Jordan Poole stuff up there.
You still got that Prism?
Which one?
Of Zion?
You talking about where is it?
The 350 million pop.
Yeah. I think I put it back in my case. But yeah, I still got it. Yeah. I got all the ones that
he's looked pretty damn good right now.
Are they really?
Zion? No,
yeah.
He looks
good. Yeah. Playing wise? Yeah. I watched the game they had yesterday. But he's, but that's kind of what I wanted from him, right? I just wanted him to come out and just play some clean games, right? Just get some solid minutes. I don't know what his stats are.
Oh, it's up to $85 that card.
Really?
Wow.
See, that's what I'm telling you.
I could have. I'd still be at a huge loss, but whatever.
Well, so I can't remember what I bought mine at. This is hilarious. Check this out. This is hilarious.
We bought it at the same time at $1.50.
This is Zion versus Wembanyama.
That's funny.
Good stuff, man. That's hilarious. Yeah, so that's we've been watching a lot of basketball. My boy Sengun is looking like a star.
I gotta tell you though, right? I gotta tell you, this is what I love about people that collect cards. Sorry, we'll get to Sengun in a minute because we're gonna talk some Celtics too because they may not lose. But anyway, you got all the whatever Wembanyama cards are out right now are all like, top sellers in the basketball and in overall. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back in the top 10, buddy.
Let's take a look.
Old Zion Williamson.
Let's take a look, Papa. Let's take a look.
People
So here we are. For those of you that don't know, okay.
Now go over to click on basketball.
What did you just do? Hold on. I'm trying to make this
writing code and shit.
No. I'm trying to make this what is it? F10? What is it to full screen? God damn it.
You can just click on full screen.
I could just click on full screen, couldn't I? What am I doing here? What am I doing?
Oh, dude.
I just got a new computer, a new keyboard too. So all my macros are all jacked up. Anyway, if I look at basketball,
there it is.
Wembanyama. What's that card up to right now?
With Wemby?
Dude, that's not bad. $72. This kid's a stud, man. I mean,
that's a top now. That's a tops now.
Yeah, I know.
That instant card. See, I think if you're gonna make a play on old Wemby right now,
it's the instant card.
Well, not like I think that's a cool card to have.
The instant.
Really do. Yeah, I do.
I think so too. Yeah, I mean it's
draft night. He's holding his jersey. That's a like if you're a collector of him, you're a fan of him. That card tells a story, right?
Yeah,
it's that first
agreed.
Piece. So I think that's an important card in his collection. Does it stay at that value? I doubt it. I mean,
yeah, $260 for a PSA 10, dude. That's a bit.
That's down. A bit
much, yeah.
It's down. I mean, it's probably. I don't know how many they produce to that. I don't know if that's one of those things where, they tell you the print run like Topps Now does.
I think Topps Now does. Yeah.
Well, I know Topps Now does, but I'm just saying with the Panini Instant. I mean, we can click on Pop Data and find out, but let's see what they already got in there. Let's see.
So the Topps Now Wembanyama has a 48,654 print run.
Wow.
Yeah. So pretty significant, I'd say.
All right, this is even whatever.
So
anyway, so like to just I'm not spending that money. I know a lot of people like Wembanyama and think he's gonna dominate. I hate to break it to you. Whatever.
I'm with you too, man. I like the kid. I like, obviously he's got some intangibles that you just cannot argue with. The guy is as long as a hot summer day, right? I mean, he's he's freakishly long. Yeah. And he's freakishly skilled for a long guy. For somebody
ridiculously skilled for a long guy.
Skilled.
I'll give you that. I don't disagree. I just don't see him.
The issue that I have with him is he's because he's so long and because he's so tall, he is frail, man. He is so, like, and I just cannot trust
together
it.
Like Elmer's glue.
Yeah, I can't trust it. I just can't trust it. What's gonna happen when he takes his first big hit or his first big fall or something? He lands wrong on his foot, which is a size 48.
Dude, what happens when Giannis puts his head down and rams him?
That's what I'm saying,
or
bro.
Joel Embiid, whatever, or Porzingis or somebody. Like, boy's frail. Now, I mean, he plays kind of a different position, so maybe him and Giannis would match up a little bit. But Giannis is a strong boy, so
yeah, of course.
I mean, I don't know. I think, and the other piece to this too is that's all that's kind of out right now for his licensed card, right? With a jersey, it's not on or anything like that. So once the basketball sets start rolling out, the prices on this instant, I think will drop a little bit further, but I still think it holds some value for a while. Because isn't Prism one of the last basketball sets to release?
No, so it's you. And again, this is normal print.
Or is that football? I'm thinking football.
Yeah, you're thinking football. So it's usually the drafts, right? Like all the Chronicles draft, Contenders draft, like all the draft stuff comes out, and then NBA hoops, and then after hoops, it's usually Donruss, and then after Donruss, it's usually Prism.
Okay.
It's kind of usually like Prism Select usually come around.
Is Prism out by Christmas, or is it out after the New Year?
Typically out by Christmas, but who knows, right? Like with everything going on right now, we don't even know. I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. So this instant card is going to have a shelf life of like a couple more weeks, and then I think it's going to drop. Not I don't know if it go. It's obviously not going to zero, but it could go to $100.
Easily. I think so. Yeah, I don't think that's far fetched.
When
is this dropping? It doesn't say. But I mean, this is gonna be the first year for. Well, but wait a second. Is Wembanyama one of those guys that doesn't have the deal with Panini?
Oh, so it doesn't matter. He still should have rookie cards
because they still own the license, right? Yeah.
So he just won't have autos, which that kind of kills the product.
Oh, absolutely.
Or not kills it. Well, I guess it kills it.
I mean, that kills it. If that's what you're going for.
That's a major, guy that, and this is, it's some of the problems with, when you have this stuff going on with Fanatics and Panini and licenses and whatnot. Right. Because all his autographs are in going to be in stupid street clothes and suits and airbrush jerseys. It's just going to be dumb.
I agree.
So Panini will at least have licensed rookie cards of him, which may hold a little bit more of a premium. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting. I mean, it's certainly going to create when his cards, his Prism and stuff hits the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out. Watch out, people.
2022. Here we go.
Are you so? Rather than you doing research live on the air, let's talk some stuff here. Are you, being a Texas guy? We've already shown that your Astros suck.
Well, hold on now, because Garcia was juiced to the tits. All right, and that's the reason why.
There's nothing wrong with that. We talked about that. There's nothing
wrong with that until it's your team that he knocks out of the ALCS, right, or the ALDS. I mean, it's
Nah, man. Baseball is all these guys are doing something.
Oh yeah, they're all juiced. Yeah,
every sport. Yeah. So just people need to get over it. Let the good times roll, baby.
Yeah.
I want Sammy Sosa 12 home runs a weekend.
That's what I was going to say. The greatest summer of baseball ever was when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were juiced to the tits. Yeah.
Hitting the living crap out of the ball, Yeah. But all right, man. So let's get serious here and talk some NBA. I know you want to talk Sengun, so I'm going to give you the floor.
No,
and let you talk. You got to talk your boy because I'm coming hard with the green. So be ready
with the green machine. Yeah, I just think he is doing everything that I expected him to do. The only problem is that I still don't think that Udoka sees the potential in running the offense through him. The kid they're only like 4 games in or 3 games in. He's already putting up highlight reel passes. Posterizes Collins a couple games back when they played the Spurs. I mean, the kid is just on an absolute tear. His card prices are starting to go up. His cards are starting to move on eBay. I was picking up, like I said, I used to pick up $30, $40 PSA 10s prisms of his, and now his silver's up to like $200. I think it's the last price I saw it at. So
he's averaging 19.3 points, 8.5 boards, 6 assists, and shooting just a smidge. He's shooting 59% from the floor.
The kid is a beast. I'm telling you.
That's beast stats, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. I've been singing about this kid since we drafted him.
I know you have.
And I've been picking up his stuff so cheap. Not anymore. Now I'm being a little more strategic about it, but I mean, I got a whole box of his. It's just auto.
So what are you doing with it? You gonna sell some of it?
So that's kind of the thing, right? Yeah. So I'm SGC. No. So I think I made a big run. I made a big SGC sub of nothing but Sengun stuff. That was all autograph stuff. So anything that I had of his that was autograph stuff, sent into SGC to get it graded. I got a lot of those came back as 10 on the grade, 10 on the auto. So I got some really, really good stuff. However, and this is the realist in me. I have a lot of low numbered, like numbered less than 50. I have a few golds, so like numbered to 10.
Yeah.
Stuff of his, that I just kind of held on to. I didn't send to SGC just yet. But I might end up sending that stuff over to the Got Baseball Cards guys, having them do some pre-screening on them and kind of give me their thoughts on which ones have the best shot at a 10. And just go ahead and send them to PSA. Because I ultimately, there's two things that I really want to get. I really want to get a proper flawless RPA of his. That's the goal. And then I also, much in the spirit of our guest next week, I would like to get some game worn stuff of his. Which is that I'm pretty in on Sengun. So we'll see kind of how that pans out, because I've also been looking through my collection recently. I'm gonna start doing a little consolidating, just trying to kind of get rid of some, because I have a bunch of like doubles and things like that are some really nice cards. So we'll see how it goes. But that's kind of the plan right now, is to consolidate, go after a couple of really big cards, and then just kind of see how this thing pans out. But I mean, I'm high as a kite on him. I think the kid's going to be an absolute.
I agree with you. He's a really good player. He's certainly, I think if he stays the course, by the end of the year, will be a top 20 player in the league.
Yeah, and he's so sturdy, man. He's such a sturdy kid. God Almighty, man. He's built to last. He's built to last for sure.
Now flipping gears a little bit.
Your Celtics.
My guy Jason Tatum is averaging just under 30 a game.
Jesus Christ, man.
9.3 boards and 4 assists. So
what's he shooting percentage wise?
He's only shooting 56%.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, 41% from threes.
That's not bad. Anything over 30, 35, man.
I know. I would like to see him. I mean, I know the NBA is way different. I would love to just see him go to the hole, man, because he's smooth and just start yoking it on people.
He's another one that's very, very inconspicuously long. He's a long.
Yeah, he's a long
his
dude.
Wingspan is long.
Yeah. Yep.
And he doesn't play like that.
No, he plays like a 6'3" guard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're so far, dude. I've watched 3 of the 4 games. Not all of them, but enough to be an expert. And if they're not deep as they were in the last few years, but I think they've figured out, the Heat weren't deep. The Bucks aren't deep.
No.
No one's deep, right? And they spent all this time the last couple years really spending and whatever on their bench and having all these bench guys and this and that. And it was like, all right, bro. Well, look, none of these guys can play. So, you're looking for a second team of all-stars, or do you want to go get legit dudes? And getting Porzingis was a huge game changer. And then stealing Drew Holiday.
They got him in that a 3-way trade or something like that, didn't they?
Yeah. And Milwaukee, once they traded him, they knew he's gonna end up in Boston.
Yeah.
So Like, I get it. You trade off Drew for Dame, but I think the Bucks had to make that move. They had to. The Celtics also had to make the move, but they get a better point guard than what they lost in Marcus Smart. And man, they're going to be free if they whatever. I don't care if the guys play 20 minutes a game and they do this stupid load management crap all year. Just get ready for the playoffs. you know what I mean?
They're not letting them do that this year, are they?
I thought they were.
Oh, you might be right. The last I saw is that they weren't letting them do that.
I thought that load management crap, there was like some load management rules. Let's see what we got here. NBA's. All right, here you go. You ready? All right. It says, here we go.
There's something about like their age or something like that.
Yeah.
There was some caveat thrown in there that, of course, exempted LeBron James from the load management thing. I don't remember what the exacts were.
Well, here you go. So the new rules. So player resting policy, they call it, entering the 2017-18 season. Since 2017, teams have been prohibited from resting healthy players for any high-profile and nationally televised game. If a team violated this policy, it would result in a fine of at least 100 Gs. Also included in the player resting policy were rules that prohibited teams from resting multiple players or resting players for away games. So that's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Those rules will now be replaced with a more stringent player participation policy that will go into effect at the start of this year. Under the policy that is expected to be approved this is a little old. This is like a couple weeks ago. All right.
Yeah, but it starts this season though, right?
Yeah, it does. So here you go. Here you go. Rule number 1. No more than one star player is unavailable for the same game. As an example, a team like the Boston Celtics would have to ensure that either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum is available for each game. Unless both players are determined to be injured, the Celtics would not be allowed to rest both players in the same game. All right. 2.
Okay, but that's subjective though, isn't it? Like, who's a star and who is it?
Well, hang on here. Let's go through it all, right? I agree with you. And there must be some type of language
like
somewhere,
a stat or something that says, okay, this guy's.
Teams must ensure that star players are available for national TV and in-season tournament games. As an example, the Phoenix Suns host the Portland Trailblazers on November 21st, and then host the Golden State Warriors the following night on ESPN. Devin Booker would not be allowed to sit out the Warriors game for rest, because it's on national television. Okay. 3, teams must maintain a balance between the number of one-game absences for a star player in home games and road games, with a preference for those absences to happen in home games. So they want you to rest your studs at home versus on the road.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this for a second, because this is interesting. Because you and I are both basketball guys.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I had the worst luck because one of the games that I try to go to during the season here, I always try to go to the home opener. I didn't get a chance to go. Yeah. I mean, to that home opener. The schedules didn't allow me to go this year. But one of the games I always try to go to is the Houston-Dallas game. Number 1, it's a big rivalry. Number 2, Luka's there. I want to go watch Luka play. We also always try to go catch the Warriors game. Shout out to my boy Mike. My boy Mike's a big Warriors guy. He's a big Steph guy. So we always go try to watch that. It's always good fun because we get to talk a lot of shit during the whole game. And the last 3 years, I only got to see Luka play one time.
Right.
Because the 2 years that I went, back to back, Luka was being rested. There was no injury. There was nothing. And because Houston 2 years ago was not even a up and coming team,
Yeah.
nobody gave a shit, right? And so you look at the schedule as a Dallas guy who's trying to load manage Luka Doncic, and you go, yeah, we're gonna sit him during Houston. We don't need him for that. That's a bunch of teenagers, right? So that's kind of shitty.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now it's kind of saying though that they can't. You know
now
what
they're
I
saying
mean?
you can't do that. Yeah.
So which makes a lot of sense, right? Because people pay good money for
I
these
love it,
tickets when it's the Lakers are coming in or Dallas is coming in. You want to see Luka, you want to see LeBron.
Yeah.
It's a one game a year, whatever, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, teams must refrain from any long-term shutdown or near shutdown when a star player stops participating in games or plays in a materially reduced role in circumstances affecting the integrity of the game. So, for example,
What?
Yeah, let me read the example.
Break that one down, Papa.
The Wizards shut down Bradley Beal for the last 10 games last season with what the team called knee soreness. Under the new rule, Washington would have been investigated by the NBA for potentially violating the resting policy. The same would have been the case with Damian Lillard, who sat out the Blazers' final 11 games with right calf soreness when the team was already out of playoff contention.
Yeah, see, I like that, man. I like all of this. Yep. I'm not mad at any of it.
And then the fifth one. Teams must ensure that healthy players resting for a game are present and visible to fans. This is not new and was included in 2017. If a team violates any of the above rules, it is subject to a fine of $100,000 for the first violation, $250,000 for the second, and $1.25 million for a third. Wow. Jeez.
Adam Silver's not screwing around, dude. Earthworm Jim said, "No more." You ever notice that Adam Silver looks like Earthworm Jim?
Yeah, he does.
For those of you guys who don't know Earthworm Jim, just go Google him.
So the PPP hopes to achieve 5 key objectives. Achieve greater player participation in the NBA's full 82-game regular season. Minimize multiple star player absences in the same game.
Yeah.
Prioritize national television and in-season tournament games.
Yeah.
Improve fan and public perception. And promote compliance via bright line rules and higher penalties.
So
I like this.
I love all of it.
I do too. Because
I
you know what? If I'd like to say to my job, hey, I can't.
I'm gonna rest.
I'm tired. My brain hurts.
Especially like in your field, right? Like educators is like, hey, they took the test already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
everybody passed.
Everybody passed. Like I'm mailing it in. You know, it's like screw you guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you the next move they need to make though is start putting some rules in place for the All-Star game and for the dunking.
Back to East-West.
Back to East-West. None of this nonsense.
Which it never should have gotten away from East-West.
No,
I don't know why they did that, and they did that stupid draft crap.
Because that's what LeBron wanted.
Yeah, this is why I don't like him, because he's ruined the stupid game of basketball.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You're not trying to tell me. I know this. Now I'm getting fired up.
I'm trying to tell people.
They catered to him.
Yeah.
And it became mamby-pamby ball.
King James.
And I get it. You cater to your star. But again, I'll just say it. Michael was out there competing. Magic was out there competing. Barkley, Bird, Pippen, Reggie Miller.
In the dunk contests and the 3-point shootouts and the skills.
And they didn't do. I mean, Michael did the dunk contest early on. Dominique did it early on. They didn't do it when they became bona fide huge celebrities.
But Larry Bird was still in the three-point shootout.
Yeah. That's a little different. I mean, I get it too, like with the dunk contest, man, because you do some crazy dunk and you land wrong. You know, it depending on who the player is. I actually wouldn't like to see LeBron get hurt in the dunk contest and then he can't play. You know what I mean? Like that would be dumb.
Maybe so. I guess I could see that piece of it too. But
that would be dumb.
no.
But
at least
I would like to see.
Make it for something.
Make the prize pool bigger or something like that.
Something, anything.
You know what I mean?
Because it just sucks. I want to shift us off of basketball for a second, because those of you sharp-eyed watchers and those of you who are not watching, I am wearing my McLaren hat with the good old numero quattro, number 4. You know who that is? Of course you don't. You don't watch F1.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Good old Lando Norris, baby.
All right.
And last race season, I was picking up his rookie cards, and look at what's been going on the last 6 months. This kid is a star. He is going to be a star. He's going to be one of the best drivers on the grid. I think he's only like 20 or 21. He's a young kid. But man, I mean, just prices just steadily rising. Look at this.
Who does he drive for?
$50. He drives for McLaren.
All right.
So the last sale was at 64, 60, 64, 64, 50, 56, 64, 60, and then 78. The kid had an amazing drive this past weekend in Mexico. He's going to have a great drive in Sao Paulo in Brazil this week. And then we come to Las Vegas. I just wanted to get in a little.
Oh, the Las Vegas strip race, right?
Yeah,
I might actually watch that, bro.
I would suggest, if you want to watch a race, watch this weekend's race.
Nah. I don't want to watch this weekend's race.
It's in Brazil.
Yeah, but I want to watch it in America.
I know, but you're gonna get a better race.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it though.
No, but that's why I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't care.
His Sapphire really isn't doing a whole lot.
No, Sapphire sucks.
It does suck. Why is that?
It sucks because they sucked the suck out of it.
They sucked the suck out of it.
It just became a watered down product. It used to be a nice little high end thing, and then they printed the living crap out of it, and they just ruined it. Sapphire sucks. You heard it here first.
Fresh Faces. Okay, here we go. So this is the Fresh Faces rookie card.
Yep.
$140 in a PSA 10, man. I'd say that's a steal.
Buy it all.
Oh, I have like 4 of them, dude.
Sell them all.
I'm not gonna sell him yet. This kid's barely on the rise, man. Look at this.
What do you mean he's barely on the rise? He's rising up to the top.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't even started yet.
Did his time.
Like McLaren just gave him a good running
the distance. Now he's not going to stop.
Yeah, he's
just a man and his will to survive.
Anyway, I just wanted to get in a little F1.
I wish I knew more about cars and like cared about them like more, because I do like looking at like I love those restoration shows where they take like a piece of shit and turn it into something nice. I love that because I can't do that, and I respect the hell out of it because it's a real talent.
Yeah,
I just don't. I've never been into racing. I don't.
That's fair.
Don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not that, and I'm not poo-pooing it because I know it's huge and I know people love it. I'm just not one of those people. I'll watch a race. I mean, I used to watch like Daytona all the time. It's a great video game is NASCAR. So
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'll play the video game, but
dude, let's talk about
as far as knowing stuff.
Zion. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Zion card up 11%. By the way, if you guys haven't already, the link is in the description for Card Hedge. You can also download the Card Hedge app on your phone, Android, and iOS.
Holler at your app. What do you realistically though, man? Like, would you even consider? All right, let me ask you this question. You got $100.
$100.
You got to buy one card. would you spend $100 on a Zion card?
Oh, good question. Well, so I can answer that question because I did it already. I spent 150.
Yeah, no.
But
right now, just
but
right
all things
now.
considered, right now.
Yep.
Right now.
Yep. $100.
Right now for $100. PSA 10.
Whatever. A Zion card. It costs $100 at a show.
Okay,
could be
yeah.
raw, could be graded, whatever.
Well, that kind of matters though. So if we're talking,
but it's $100. So that's the only criteria. The card is there. It's $100. I don't care if it's graded or raw. You dropping $100 on a Zion card? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes. People are gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I think you're dumb.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say that, and here's why. Let me see. What did he do?
All right, just give us a reason. Give us a reason.
I just think that I think there's still some juice there.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And so I think he can still, especially this season, right? It's like, okay, we went through the up, we've been through the down, we've been through all the crazy shit that he was dealing with that porn star chick, right?
Yeah.
We're dealing with the 450-pound Zion. We went to the beast mode Zion. Like, we've been through everything when it comes to Zion Williamson, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that is a product of giving young men who don't come from money, a shit ton of money and a shit ton of fame really quickly. And those are growing pains, in my opinion, right? I feel the exact same way about John Morant, okay? These are growing pains. These are guys that came from the hood that had nothing. I remember when I got my first little bit of money, I went stupid.
But John Morant didn't come from the hood, did he?
Yeah, of course he didn't come from.
I thought he was like Clarence. He came from Crownview or whatever.
But he's still in Memphis though, and his dad was from the hood, and so
his dad was from the hood.
His dad might have gotten away from it. That influence was still there. Those people were still there. His dad grew up in the hood, kind of got out of the hood, but then still kept like hood people around that kind of got him all mixed up into that shit. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of growing pains going on with these kids who are getting these fat checks when they're really young and they're impressionable and they don't know what's going on. They don't know about life. And then they learn about life really quick. And I think that both Ja and Zion are on the tail end of that. They're on the other side of that storm, right? A lot of guys don't make it past that storm, Bubba. Right?
Yeah, you're making. I like this. This is a bold prediction out of you.
They get caught up in a lot of trust me, dude. I know guys like this. I know guys like this that I'll be 40 next year. Okay, I'll be 40 in April in a few months. There's guys that I grew up with that didn't make it to 35. There's guys that I can still make phone calls to in Texas State Correctional Facilities. You get caught up in that shit and it screws you, or you come out on the other side way wiser, way smarter, and hopefully you've shed a lot of the stupid people that got you into stupid messes when you were younger. And that's where I think Zion and Ja are at. Right? And that's why I'd still, if I saw a Zion card graded PSA 10, Zion number 248, I'm buying it for $100. Yeah, call me crazy.
All right. I'm listen, I'm not going to call you crazy because that would be mean. And this is America and we're nice to everybody. But I would not.
That's fair.
I would not.
I just
think anything less of me. It would really hurt my feelings.
No, look, if Zion was 6'5" and 180 pounds and was, and never had flashes of, being a great player, then I would say absolutely no.
Okay, but you're still like Chuck D. Well, say I'm not. I'm more like Public Enemy. I'm not believing the hype.
You don't believe the hype, huh?
No, I don't.
Well, but that's my point, though. No, you're making my point exactly. I think the hype is done. I think the hype is done. The hype is over. We're finished with the hype. Okay. Now it's hard hat and lunch pail time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's hard hat and lunch pail time, and it's time to get to work. And I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they came really close to really screwing things up, as the kids say, right? Fumbling the bag.
Yeah, no,
right?
I don't know, like Zion was
him not so
injury.
much. He didn't get into trouble. He just did a lot of dumb shit, right? Like he got really big. He got really out of shape.
Yeah, he was eating Whataburger and whatnot.
There's no body shaming here. We're not body shaming. I'm just saying, right?
I like food too.
You're an elite level athlete at the highest level of your sport. I'm gonna need you to take a little bit more investment. That's one of the things that I do admire about LeBron. Is one thing that he did invest in and took care of was his body.
That's why he's still playing.
The guy's
Tom Brady, same thing.
Exactly. So these are guys that took their body serious. They understood that, right? And so hopefully now Zion has somebody like that on his team that's giving him that kind of advice, right? And so I just think there's still a little bit left, right?
All right. Next question. $100.
$100. One card.
Zion card or Ja card?
Ja.
Why?
Ja, I think, is from a player perspective, I think he has been the one that's shown that, I mean, the Memphis had a pretty decent run in the playoffs. I mean, I think he is the one that has shown, out of the two, he is the one that has shown more, right? Zion, a lot of what came from his hype was his size and his ability to move at his size. But Ja has always been an explosive player. He's always been a highlight reel machine. He was a little reckless his first year or so, just kind of throwing himself all over the place. I really didn't like that. But again, that'll come with maturity. And hopefully as he matures a little bit more, he'll start to be a little bit more conscious of that, be a little bit more careful. But the kid is absolutely skilled. I think he's more skilled than Zion. Zion is just big as all get out, and you have to get out of his way. Ja, not so much, but he finds his way around you because he's so skilled. And so $100, both cards equally as prestigious, both cards PSA 10. I'm picking up a Ja.
All right.
What about you?
Listen, I got to pick one.
You got to pick one.
All right. I can't pass.
Can't pass.
I think for me, if I had to pick up, I would take Ja. And my reason is this. The hype train didn't go full board on him. It went on Zion, right? Zion, that train was like, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Peaced out,
Right.
Jaws took a minute, and it built up, steam over time. But I just think that Jaws proven that he can play at a high level in the NBA.
Yeah.
Zion has in short little spurts has proven.
Correct.
But nothing long term, right?
That's a good point, Memphis, though. The hype train situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Memphis. Yeah, people lost a lot of money on Zion. They spent a lot of money, they lost a lot of money. Yeah. So Ja, on the flip side, people made a lot of money.
Right.
So there's that positive, like, already psychology thing going on in people's heads. Where like, I already made money on Ja. I can make money on this kid again.
Yeah.
And I believe they could. Yeah. And I believe I could. But if I had to pick, I would take Ja. I just think there's, minus the stupid whatever, we're not throwing any of that in there. He's back and doing the right thing. I think Ja certainly presents more upside.
I agree.
In sports cards.
In sports cards, yeah. I did the video on that, like, shortly after he was, he had his second stupid run in. And I said, hey, if he doesn't get completely kicked out of the league for the next year, I think he's still, what is he, suspended for how long? What do you get, like 11
games? Something.
Like 20 or
I wasn't 25. I think it was nothing. He'll be back soon. He'll be back in like January, Christmas. I don't know, something.
Yeah, 25 games.
Yeah, so he'll be back.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, it probably helps him because that's 25 games. He's not out there wear and tear. It's basketball. I mean, he'll I would assume be in game shape quick, if not ready to rock his first game back.
December 19th in New Orleans is when he'll be back.
Oh, against Zion.
Against Zion. That's
That'll
gonna
be
be
interesting.
must. That's gonna be must see TV, baby.
You know what I mean? I'd love to see him hammer one down right on Zion.
Yeah.
You know,
but to your
if
point,
Zion hammers one down on him or something like that,
exactly.
I mean,
that's what I was gonna say.
You know,
but you also got to think about it, right? Let's not forget how quickly we forget. Zion was the player that brought a lot of collectors into the collector space.
Yeah, agreed.
He was the golden ticket.
Yeah, he's like
during
a
the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, golden ticket. And so he had a lot of hype, and Zion was kind of the quiet move, right? I mean, sorry, not Zion. Ja was kind of the quiet move, right?
Yep.
So
Ja took a second because again, that time period too. I mean, you had Zion leading the charge, but you had Rui Hachimura. You had the kid in Miami there, with the white kid, Tyler Hero. Yeah, everybody. Everybody was
Barrett over in New York.
Yeah, RJ.
Yeah, everybody. Kobe White in Chicago.
Kobe White, dude. Kobe White was supposed to be the greatest player ever. His cards, I can't sell them for free. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
PSA 10, his PSA 10 silver is going for $25.
Yeah, that thing was over $1,000 at one point.
Was it really? Let me see.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I hate when I do that.
Oh my god! Look at this, dude. Look at this freaking.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Laid down hockey stick. $1,100 for that card at one point. God almighty.
But that was the market then, so you can't fault anybody.
Yeah, like I agree.
That's the time we were living in. It was a great time. It was crazy.
Great time. It's great time.
Crazy. I mean, I'm the only thing I will say is I am just relieved. I'm not happy. I'm relieved because I don't like to I don't take joy in other people suffering, but for me, old JD, I am very relieved that I did not spend crazy money.
Let me ask you a question. That's a good point.
On anybody other than Michael Jordan.
Okay. You're setting up my question. Do you think that guys of our generation didn't fall victim? Because let's face it, it was hype, right? We didn't get caught up in the hype of these new guys because we grew up in an era where basketball was different and an era of basketball that produced the GOATs, like the great.
So I don't know, because I definitely was I didn't get caught up in the new guys because I couldn't handle, I legit had a breakdown over the fact that Zion was selling for more than Kobe. That was a real problem to me.
That's my point. I mean? Yeah.
I was buying those guys because I was like, you know what? We're talking about Kobe Bryant here. We're not talking about not to poo-poo Sam Cassell, but we're not talking about Sam Cassell.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and then if you're looking
even though Sam Cassell's a two-time champion, but okay.
Yeah, no, and he's a great assistant coach for my Boston Celtics now.
That's right.
But
he was almost the coach for the Rockets too.
Man. Yeah, he was, and he was a great player for the Houston Rockets. But what I'm saying to you is this: I don't know if that necessarily held people like us back, because again, everybody hops on the FOMO train.
Right.
Everybody, you, me, everybody that watches the show, everybody that doesn't watch the show, every birdie out there, every Ziggy, everybody that bought a sports card in 2020 and 2021 paid way more for it than they had in the last whatever year. So
yeah, that was just
I feel like for me, I'm happy with the fact that I bought some what I thought were cheaper Michael Jordan cards at the time that are now worth substantially more.
Right.
But I have hundreds of examples in my portfolio on Card Hedge where I can show you where I've lost a lot.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So for as much as I've profited, I've lost probably the same amount.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And there's other people that have lost more. There's other people that just made a bunch and then called it a day. Right. That's what they do.
Right.
But I'm not again, the profit loss thing isn't really like a huge thing for me.
Not a big driver for you, right? Yeah.
It's just making sure I have the guys that I want to have.
Yeah.
And I'll never be like a fan of the new guy. Like it's I will, but I won't. You know what I mean? Like,
well, to an extent, you are.
So,
I mean, you're a big
right?
Tatum guy.
Well, yeah, but he's not a new guy.
Yeah,
he's
okay.
not a new guy.
17.
He's
yeah.
5th year in the league now.
Right.
So I'm talking about rookies. Like,
yeah,
I don't like to get caught up in that rookie hype because you and I did this thing once already. We went through the drafts.
Oh, that's true. Like, yeah.
Outside of like 86, outside of like Larry 96. And Magic, outside of 96, man, you get one guy a year.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If you're lucky,
if that, that's what I was gonna say.
There's many drafts where you're like, whoa,
yeah,
like I can't believe that was the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and like the one thing I'll say about LeBron, kudos to him for being hyped like nobody's business. Coming out of high school, getting drafted as the first overall pick, I think exceeded the hype.
Yeah.
Basically, as far as we know, has lived a solid life. He's not a douche.
His whistle.
He's not like, you know what I mean? There's not like stories of hundreds of women and things like that. And married his high school sweetheart. He's got the kids. He's, you know what I mean? Like he does good. So like all in all, he's a solid dude.
Yeah.
But that's a 1 in a million because most dudes they ain't like that. You know,
that's Lionel Messi.
I tip my hat to him on that stuff. The comparisons to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, I think are stupid, but whatever. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Different eras, different times.
Yeah, just different players. You're talking about Kobe and Michael versus LeBron. I mean, he is a one word name. You know what I mean? He's he's just known as LeBron. So you got to give him that. But
LeBron James.
Yeah, like, but so I look at these other, you know, like people that's like the money spent on Luka. Luka's a prime example of like, oh my God, like great player in today's NBA. Is he ever going to win a title? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's to me is just a different version of Dirk. And it took Dirk forever. And Dirk was a hell of a player.
His PSA 10's $250 right now, man.
Yeah, there's 800,000 of them though. Do you know what I mean?
There's not that many. Oh shit! No, there is almost 20,000.
Yeah,
20,000. So what are the silvers going for? Ooh, I wonder.
That's what I'm saying. So like with Luka, like again, I think he's a great player in today's NBA. But if you're concerned about titles and this and that and those things, like I kind of am, I don't see the Mavericks competing for a long time.
Dude, his silver was at 10 grand.
I know.
At one point.
Yeah.
Almost
insanity, dude.
Yeah. And now it's at $1,300, which I still think is insane.
Yeah. What's the pop on that in a PSA 10?
$2,250.
Damn. I mean, that's not bad. I mean,
pop on that's $2,250. Get this. A PSA 9. Oh, that can't be right. Oh, yeah, it is. PSA 9 silver in a Luka Prism rookie, $495.
Wow.
With the same pop, roughly.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question here. 2 questions.
Look at this.
At what point, and this is only going to be in regards to, we'll just use PSA pops because it's easier. At what point does the cards population start to get you nervous? And two, with PSA not having the half grade on some of these newer cards that are higher popped, is that a good opportunity to use an SGC to maybe make a play at a 9.5 over a 9? I'm going to listen while I take a quick break to the men's room,
Yeah.
folks.
Go ahead.
Be right back.
Yeah, because this is going to segue beautifully into. So that's actually a good question. If we take a look at. So what JD's asking is, where does this pop number start to make you a little bit nervous, right? And so those of you that are watching, I got Card Hedge pulled up. Those of you who aren't watching, we're looking at the 2018 Luka Prism Silver rookie card. Pop on a 10, on a PSA 10, 2250. Pop on a PSA 9, 2500. I would say that's probably about my threshold for a card like this. Around 2500 pop. If it goes any higher than that, then I kind of start looking at it kind of weird, right? But to JD's point, right? They don't have a 9.5 grade. So, the question is how many of these PSA 10s are really 9.5s? How many of these PSA 9s are really 9.5s? You're talking about almost an $1,100 disparity difference between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10. But if you look at an SGC 9.5, that can't be right. That can't be right. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's about right. SGC 9.5 last sold in August for $530 and another one for $530. So two of them for $530. It's about $530, and there's only 24 of them out there. In my opinion, that's a play, right? You buy a SGC 9.5 for $530, right? Resubmit to PSA, hoping for the 10. If you get the 10, then you just jumped up $1,000. If you don't get the 10 and you get a 9, then you only lost $50 in the process. I call it $100 in the process because of the grading fee.
So I heard what you said, but
yeah, to answer your question, about 2,500 is kind of where that pop number starts to make me feel a little weird.
Yep.
To where I start considering it as short in supply to considering it being oversupply. Right.
Yep.
I mean, obviously the big stupid numbers like the Zions and the Jaws, right, at the 19,000, 20,000 mark.
Yeah,
that's insane, right? I mean, they will never get to a level of basketball player that's going to be required to out demand that supply of 20,000 that are out there. They're just not going to get there. I don't think they'll ever be there. They'd have to win 5-6 championships in order for that to happen, right?
Yeah.
For them to outlive that supply. Luka, however, he wins 1, maybe 2. That pop of 2,500 or 2,300 on a PSA 10 is nothing in compared to what that demand is going to be. And that's kind of how I look at it.
Agreed. So I don't disagree with you there. What kind of like what I don't understand is what is it gonna what has to happen in the market for people to sort of change their perception on SGC and that half grade? Because I really think if you're not interested in doing the crack and sub, right? A 9.5 should have a good 20% over a 9.
I agree with you too. Yeah. So SGC 9.5. So we'll just take this one as an example.
When's the last time a 9.5 sold?
November. No, wait. August.
I guess I could look too.
But there's only 25 of them out there.
Right.
See, the thing is that nobody's submitting these. If you have a Luka Silver Prism rookie card, you're not submitting it to SGC. Let's just call it what it is, right? You're not submitting
but
it.
Why? Let me ask you this though. Why aren't you? And then you're a fanboy of SGC, so like I love SGC,
So I'm a fanboy of SGC for a number of things. You know this.
Yeah.
Their resale value is not one of them.
Yep.
Right. Let's just face it. Their resale value is not
Sure.
there. And so if you are, if I, let's just say I somehow one of our listeners is a billionaire and likes our show so much that they decide to send each of us a box of 2018, 2019 Panini Prism sealed up, right? And they go, man, I love you guys so much. Here's a gift from me. You guys keep me entertained all the time. Which, by the way, feel free to totally do that if you're a billionaire out there and you're listening to us. And we crack it open. We each get a box, and boom, we each hit a silver Luka Doncic rookie card. And from what we can see and from our limited knowledge of grading, it looks to be centered. We put it under microscopes. It looks perfect. It's a guaranteed 10. We send it off, and we send it off to the Got Baseball Cards guys, and they go, hey, man, this thing is beautiful. What do you want to do with it? We're going to PSA, Bubba. It's going to PSA. It's going to PSA, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to make $1,500 on it, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to buy an SGC 9.5 for a third of the cost, and I'm throwing that in my briefcase, and I'm keeping my $1,000 in my pocket.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not.
That's my move.
So I think then on a card like this, right? The only time I would consider, I guess, sending this to SGC would be when Luka's on one of those crazy, like 40-point streaks.
I agree there.
Bang, bang, boom. It's in and out. I'm capturing at max value. I probably could sell a 9.5 for close to 600 at that point.
I agree. No. That's a good point, Bubba. I'm with you on that.
But
yeah,
because
you crack it on. You hit it on a Monday. Tuesday he scores 50.
Yeah.
Wednesday he scores 55. Thursday he scores 60 points and drops.
Even if you had, dude, right? And again, this is some of the things that go through my head. So it's even if you had it right now, you have a silver prism raw sitting at your house and you want to get it graded, but you're not sure, right? If you send it to SGC and it gets a 9.5 or a 10, you get it back by next week, right? You send it today, you're going to have it back next week. Okay. Now you can sit and wait. You control what you're doing with that card.
Yeah. But
sending it to my PSA order just took 8 weeks.
That's tough, man.
So we sent it out like right before the professor left to go do whatever he does.
Shout out to Big Gertz.
Yep. So right before he left, which was in August, like early August, like we just got to. I still don't have the cards back. They just got done graded like 2 days ago. So now they got to wait, ship to him, and then ship to me. So I'm still like another week away from getting those cards. So in the meantime, all of the hype of Ellie De La Cruz
has left. You by.
Yeah, they left that boat. You know what I mean? So I got to wait till like March now to sell some of the things I sent off. But again, had I sent those Ellies to SGC, I could have just moved in and out. I wasn't doing the $19 on those, but whatever. So anyway, my point is to kind of wrap the show up for tonight because we've been talking for a while.
Oh shit, we have been.
And I want to get to this. Like I know we got a guest next week, but the next topic I want to talk about is the different marketplaces and the different options to grade and this and that and not and I'm not saying don't use PSA because they
next week's
PSA
guest is going to be a good one for that because he's got some.
He plays in a
no, I know that, but that's my point though. To that point, right? Like I'd be curious. I'd be curious to get his insights, like on something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I just think there's a lot of really cool innovation going on out there with some of these different marketplaces and things that, like, if you look at, well, it's not even out yet, but a video I recorded today that will be coming out this weekend talking about my eBay sales and my card sales overall for the month of October, I did just as well off of eBay on my slabs and my card post that matched eBay.
Really?
And I didn't pay
You didn't
nearly
pay
the
the
fees.
14%?
Yeah. So
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
and a lot of that I attribute to Mascot for being able to list on multiple sites with the click of a button, and
Shout
and
out to
again, that's
Mascot.
another thing that we haven't really spent a lot of time on here is
Yeah.
people need to really hop on. It's free. And man, just being able right now to go to eBay and my slabs from there, once they start getting these other connections, it's a friggin'
Yeah,
game
I
changer.
agree.
So anyway.
Shout out to Mascot. Shout out to Ezra.
Yeah.
You guys haven't had an opportunity to check out. I'll link the conversation that we had with him on that. That guy's
Shout out
killing
to
it out there,
Birdie.
man. Yeah, shout out to Birdie. Shout out to Birdie. Shout out to Ziggy.
Yeah, shout out to Ziggy.
Shout out to Big Papa Lou, who's we're gonna have on.
Big Scott 35. We got to shout out to Big Scott.
That's right. Shout out to Victor.
Maple Fades out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Victor. Yeah, Victor, like I miss Victor.
Yeah.
We gotta get Victor on. Victor, be ready. You're coming
funny,
on.
man. It's funny, dude. Like so another thing. Yeah, I wanted to just kind of I know people have noticed because I've gotten a bunch of comments on a bunch of DMs and stuff on Instagram about like me not making any videos recently. So I think I'm just gonna go out and say that for the end of from now to the end of the year, we're gonna be so tied up with holidays and stuff like that the one piece of content that I want to make sure gets put out is this podcast, right? So I'm gonna focus. So unless something absolutely seismic happens in the hobby, the normal retro hoops content is going to be on hold for the remainder of the year.
Wow.
Again, like
That's
I said,
a big announcement.
Unless something seismic happens.
Wow. Because JD's channel is alive and well, baby.
I was just about to say, I think like I'm watching everything that you're putting out, dude, and you have the momentum right now of a lot of good stuff. So,
hey, thanks, buddy.
And what I want to do is starting into next year, is kind of get into more vlog style stuff. You know what? I might actually. I just said that, but we got Collector Con this Saturday or day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of stuff going on, man. My brother's getting married. We're gonna be taking off here in a couple weeks. I got family coming in for the holidays.
You need to vlog just so Birdie can make fun of you.
Yeah, I probably I very should. Yeah, he'll be my number one. My number one.
Do you,
guy. You know,
like real quick? Do you know how to contact Birdie?
No, but I'm pretty sure he'll hear this and he'll reach
but
out.
I've asked him 150 times.
Oh, actually, you know what? No, I do because I sent him a care package back when I was cracking open a lot of stuff and I had a bunch of cards. I think I have his email. I'll shoot you his email.
If we do, we got to get Birdie on here because I think it would be hysterical.
I would love to.
Plus, he knows who Lou Rowe is, and you didn't, so therefore he's already higher up in my ladder.
Oh, the food chain.
Yeah.
We're doing.
And I think he might be a New England guy.
No, he's a California guy.
Oh, he is. All right, never mind. Sorry, Birdie.
Yeah, he's California.
Sorry for disrespecting you. Don't be mad at me.
But yeah, anyway, so I it's been pretty apparent, right, that I haven't really dropped anything in the last couple months. But also at the same time, I kind of wanted to at least acknowledge it. Because
you're like one of the I've always watched your content prior to us even becoming like BFFs.
Yep.
And I don't have a lot of content that I watch. I watch it's hard. I look for stuff. I'm constantly looking for stuff because you're not making videos. But I watch Big Scott. I watch Vic.
Right.
There's a couple other guys I try to watch, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the vlogging thing. I don't like those videos.
And by the vlogging thing,
that's just me though.
Yeah. But what I want to do a lot more of is more breaking, like opening boxes and going to the store, finding retail stuff. That's always fun for me. I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, do what you love, bro. That's what they tell you.
But anyway, I might just snip this little piece out and then put it up on.
Yeah, you can listen. I think you should. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
you do you.
Follow the Card Hedge Twitter at Card Hedge on Twitter. Is it Card Hedge or Card Hedger?
Card Hedger.
Card Hedger.
Everything's
on
Card
Twitter,
Hedger at Card Hedger.
At Card Hedger on Instagram. We have a new team
TikTok.
putting out some great content. TikTok. Are we on TikTok?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, boy. Look at us. Yeah. Look at us.
Yeah, we hired some peeps in there. I'm gonna tell you right now.
We got a nice little team.
Money.
Yeah. Money. So and they're putting out some pretty good stuff, man. Product releases and head-to-head information using our data. So it's pretty cool, man. I've been really.
I hope they use our data. They work for us.
Yeah. I've been really enjoying that content they've been putting out. So shout out to River for bringing those guys on board and getting some good stuff out there. So hopefully we'll start.
Shout out to Chuck and his bro.
Yeah.
They don't watch us yet, but maybe you can. Don't you talk to them?
Who? Chuck? Who?
Chuck, the guy, the social media guy.
No, I haven't.
No, met. I thought you said you talked to them.
No. We have a shared folder that I put some of our episodes in so that they can chop them up and use it for some data, use it for some content. But, all right. Dude, we always tend to do our best work when we're winging it. Because before this, we were like, "What are we going to talk about today?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know. Let's just."
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, no, it's like I said to Adam last week on our baseball podcast, which go check out Clear the Mechanism over on my channel.
Yep.
And on all podcast platforms. But it's just way easier to do these videos with someone else.
Yeah. To riff.
It's just very like. I can talk with anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially if it's about something that's
sports and stuff. Sports, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk stocks, but but like sports, like I'll talk all day. But anyway, so that's that. All right, man. Keep it real.
Well, folks, we appreciate y'all watching. As always, all the links are in the description. Card Hedge, everything. JD's pointing at the Retro Hoops merch, which we will be having. Hopefully, by the time this releases, we're going to have a Card Hedge podcast hat available for purchase as well. If you guys want to support the channel by doing that, everything's below. All the links below. JD's channel is below. Please check out the Clear the Mechanism podcast.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep this thing moving. We appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all next week. Love y'all. Peace out.